Welcome everyone to the start of a new gameplay series on Dune Spice Wars. We have looked at this before, but now it's on its release date. In fact, I'm recording this right on the eve of its release. And I'm pretty excited to bring it to you, especially because there has been some new stuff added. I think that this game was very well polished last time I played it, and it's only gotten better since then. But now they've added a feature which I suspect a lot of people would have missed about it if they didn't add it, and that is this conquest mode. The reason why I think that that's interesting is because this is what I remember, and probably many people, well, if you're old enough at least, vividly remember about Dune, the original, which was actually Dune 2. But Westwood did produce, I think they did, Dune 2, and then afterwards they went on to make the much more famous Command & Conquer. Anyway, so Conquest has this Command & Conquer type style, if you're not familiar with Dune 2, where you get to choose the map you're on. We'll just choose the Atreides real fast. This won't be what we do in the actual gameplay for this series, because this would be a very long-lived series, trying to go through the whole campaign. But I suspect that there will be some people who do this, and you're encouraged to, if you want, follow one of them, or hey, just pick up the game and play it yourself. So this is the backstory, and this is exactly what so you have this world map, and we can go and challenge for different territories. So we can start off here to get whatever bonus we want to pick up. I don't know. I mean, effects of... This is pretty interesting. I really like this. And honestly, I'll probably go back on my own time and play this. So we picked up our bonus. Now we get to choose which of the two maps we want to actually go into to start getting control of Arrakis. But like I said, I'm not going to be doing this mode itself. We'll go back and we'll do something which is a little bit more appropriate for the life of this series, which is not going to be multiple tens of episodes. I think Kanly Duel is surprisingly... it's basically Battle for Arrakis, which is what I played previously, but it's a one-on-one. And I don't necessarily think it's that quick. It could actually take quite a while. Anyway, I like to play as House Atreides. This is typically the one I played, and then we'll see who we end up against, but we have all the different factions we could choose from. I always tend to lean towards House Atreides just because they're the good guys. But I guess you could pick the Fremen. They're not the bad guys, and you can be House Harkonnen if you really don't care about morality at all. Now, I mean, I guess the whole game of politics behind the Dune universe is... it's all a little bit immoral, or amoral at least. Anyway, I like the Atreides because you get to pretend to be good. I don't know how to play them particularly well. I've definitely put in a couple hours of gameplay just on the release build after having played it previously. I do like to pick up the easy ones here. So we get, once our units hit max experience, they will gain a little bit of additional power, which is their combat strength. And then Duncan, Idaho gives us more authority for each allied siege. I like that because when you start with... you start with one revealed. Yeah, okay, so it reveals a siege with 80 relations. So you really only have to engage and trade with them, and then you get them to 100. You'll see this mechanic very quickly. If I was playing with more people, I probably would pick up Lady Jessica. One, I like it from like a lore standpoint, picking up your mom, bringing her along. Well, I guess if you're Duke Atreides, you're picking up your wife. But... having treaties unlocked from the start and imposing this treaty upon other factions at the cost of influence, that's really cool. Basically force people to be, a ceasefire or something like that. I haven't really played with this one, but having mission progress hastened at the cost of Solari sounds very potent. For settings, we'll be playing on normal, and then AI difficulty easy. Why is that? Well, because I don't think it's that easy. And we'll see who we pick up. I think I was up against House Carino last time. See who it is this time. Sandworms cannot eat your units if they are on rocky ground or near a cliff. Okay. Right, pause the game, which is Tortuga's favorite way of playing. We'll try not to pause very much, but at least to get the lay of the land. We are starting on this world map, and we are... Yeah, so we can kind of see the outline. I don't know, it's not... Maybe not super visible, but... In the circle map, we're on the top left. I'd expect the opponents are somewhere in the bottom right. The name of the game at the very beginning, it's very 4X-ish, is expand, expand, expand. You can turn on auto recon. It's probably best if you kind of know what you want to go for to do a little bit of research yourself. Like I want to go over here and I want to explore this area. This is probably the town, and then this is whatever resources involved with it. And then after that, well, I'll just turn on auto recon after that. So we'll let it explore whatever else we want it to do. We're probably going to want to pick up some military units. I think getting a trooper and a ranger to start is not a bad combination. That's probably sufficient for us to be able to take over one of the nearby cities. We already have the options to, pick up some. If we send a military unit, we can pick up spice, but I generally prefer to get the tech boost because I am a researcher at heart. Always trying to play the research long game. Yeah, more research. Usually it's a choice between if you put a spy on, it'll give you research, versus some more immediate benefit if you get a military unit there. Or sometimes there's other things you have to do besides military unit. Yeah, so, okay, that's still a military unit. But this one, we can actually spend 400, what's this called, Plascrete, and you get rewarded with authority. Probably not going to choose that one. I would actually prefer, I don't actually care about the Plascrete either, but authority is not usually something we're lacking. I guess it could be something that you want to pick up in the very beginning of the game, because then it might enable your expansion. So yeah, we might actually do that. Okay, let's unpause. We actually don't start off. Okay, so we're up. This is so weird. We're up against smugglers. Okay, that's not. I guess that's not too weird. That's going to give us a sizable advantage in the Landsrad, which is the world diplomacy. Oh wow, we got those units very quick. I think I'll pick up another trooper and a heavy weapon squad to kind of round us out. And we'll just go over here and start taking this over. This is Plascrete, right? Yeah, Plascrete Factory. That seems like a very sensible thing to pick up first. Let me get this guy and that guy there. They're gonna start losing supply when they're out of our location, but we really should pick up something quickly. So hurry on, folks. And once we establish better relations with these guys, we can put an agent here. So I'm probably going to do this right away. We have 20 water. Right now that's going to increase our bonus of supply. It's going to give a bonus to our supply. The orange bar on the top, or also this right here, we can see we're at 150. As the water goes up, your max supply goes up. As the water goes down, the other way around. We'll do this, and that should give us a bonus to siege trades, but then also we're down to 16, so what's our supply at? Oh, down to 130. But that all makes sense. It's all fine. We don't really need to do long-range attacks anyways right now. Okay, so let's focus fire. Do the first guy first, second guy second. We'll take that over. And yeah, there was this one. I think I might actually end up doing that because authority in the very beginning of the game is pretty important. Alright, we got a little bit of a... we shared experience for all the combat units who are trying to take over this town. And I'll probably send them off to the spice field immediately afterwards. Just conquer the town, and then immediately I'll probably just choose this. We'll just do it. Spend 400 Plascrete. We're about to get more Plascrete up and running anyway. And then we'll move over to this area to get spice up and going, which is very important, I think. So having the smugglers, that's kind of an interesting enemy to have. I like it. If it was the Harkonnen, they actually have some pretty tough units. Do what we can here. So my general perspective on this game is, I have to say, I think it does a fantastic job with the feel, with the UI, the sound, the music. All of that, I think, is really well done. Okay, so what do I want to pick up first here? This is our research tree. Additional Plascrete. We could do Landsrad. Oh, plus influence production is pretty important, although it might not be as important against the smugglers since they have a penalty in the Landsrad. Minus authority cost and more water per village, that's got to be number one, I think. And we'll let that one go for now and probably pick up like the knowledge in each town, because I do like that as well. Let me quickly pause just to throw down a Plascrete factory here. Doesn't matter, this whole area is hard, is rock, so it doesn't really matter where we put it down, but I generally like to put it down kind of close to the city. That way the militia can kind of defend it. And speaking of militia, this is going to require manpower, but I have a little bit I can spare right now, so we'll grab 1 and 1. New village control, that's right. And then siege detected, not only detected, but as soon as we do this, they're now going to raise up to 100. Eventually our relations with them will be very high, and then at that point all we need is a espionage agent. which is ticking along here, and we can speed that up too. In fact, that's probably what I'll do for my second one, is I'll get... Where's the one that allows... There's agent recruitment speed. So we're going to take this one for more influence and then spying logistics. I still think getting the minus authority and the additional water is like a much better thing to do first. Yeah, this one would also make sense to do pretty quickly, but maybe after we get spies up a little faster, we can use the spy with less authority cost to annex a village over here. So anyway, that's the plan. Okay, you guys are waiting, just losing supply, hanging out. Let's go take it over. And actually what I want to do is have this guy go over and minimize the damage that this unit can do. Now you may think, like, look, we're going to kill these guys, no problem. But the downside is every little bit of health I lose, oh, construction complete, is a little bit of extra manpower I have to spend to get him back up to full strength. So it's not as straightforward as you think, oh, you can always just take damage and then re-heal it. Well, healing damage is damage that you need to take out of your, is healing you need to take out of your manpower. Not good. I'm going to put this down because it just gives us a little bit of extra money, and I have found that money is a huge bottleneck. I don't know if it's just for me, but it's at least for me.
Awaiting command.
Okay, we got that guy. I think that's weird. I've seen that before. Okay, we got this local dialects. Now we're going on to Atreides sympathizers. Very good. Seems like the sufficient number of units to start is this 4, though. And then we'll want to get the spice collection going right away. And with the rate of 2, I probably will take a pretty sizable chunk of money out of that. Maybe 50. We just need to get 80 by the end of this time. And then, yeah, take that authority. So yeah, the extra authority I think is helping us. Oh, what's this? This is rare elements. So processing plant. Okay, fair enough. And no resource over here. We might actually take that money. Okay, construction complete. Anything else we want to do? This has wind of 2, so don't really want to put a wind trap down. Okay, we got a bunch of things. Okay, this is controlled. Hegemony threshold, we got a little more hegemony. That's good. We're actually doing much better than the smugglers. But they always have a real penalty. Yeah, we can see theirs. Let's see. Authority cost suffers no penalty from siege talk. Authority is increased by 50% for more. But it's just okay. So I don't know why that doesn't seem like a great bonus, but ours are better. I'm just gonna say ours are better, and we won't really read it. Oh, great! And now that we have enough hegemony, I think we can actually start building some stuff here. Now, the way this works is once you build a certain number of buildings, you can either build at the 1, 2, or 3 slot areas. Picking up a 3 slot area, don't be confused because I think that it was this way originally and it might have changed, or I was mistaken with how it worked originally. But if you pick up the 3 slot, let's say for military, you only get the tier 3 slot. You don't get the first 2, which was confusing to me. So kind of a natural thing to pick up is the fact that there are 3 1 tier 1s, and you're probably going to want to use, obviously not be redundant. So we can just pick up whatever we want to get the biggest boost for in terms of research. Now we're doing state right now, but I think we'll eventually transition over to... This is economy, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So we'll probably transition over to economy. Why don't we build the economic one? And what we might want to do is also... that's actually pretty good. The thing is, I know for sure I don't care about this last statecraft one. So I know I'm not going to use the 3 for statecraft, which I guess is a good reason for us to do this one first. Okay, let's do that. Plus, I really like that. Plus 25% knowledge is good, but plus 15% hegemony gains is really good. Alright, so these guys are done here. They're healing up. They're probably... looks like they already healed and drained my manpower, but not by too much. Then we can go over to this area. I'm not even sure. I guess I'll just right-click to navigate them there. So let's do this, but then after that, go over here. I just want to see what's over there. Siege detected. Yeah, we know it's detected. We're trading with them. Okay, we got Atreides sympathizers. Now we're doing the spying logistics. The cost of research does go up after every tech you finish. So there is a little bit of a penalty for being too quick about it. But I do want to get the next spy, all the next spies up faster and faster. Oh, and we definitely got to get this going. We have to forget about that. We got to get the spice. The spice must flow. It's the whole point, right? I like to build this, I don't know if it's really matters, but I like to build this pretty close to the actual spice location, or at least closer. Then we'll probably end up building the same building, which gives you a little bit of money. Which one's that? Does this have a cost of 4 Solari and also a penalty of like an upkeep? Because I thought the building, and we can see it over here actually. Well, we will eventually be able to see it over there. Let's do this and that. This is a different one as well. So over... Is this like the resources? Is this our income? Because this building here takes... Oh, yeah, okay, that is our total income. Okay, the upkeep for this is 20, though. So it's a huge upkeep for that. We may be producing this, but our total like is a negative 16 as far as I can tell. Alright, we got an unassigned agent, very good. Whatever this person is, I don't care. We're putting them into Arrakis information so that we can start picking up these research things that I so crave. So the 57 spice, it sounds like, you know, could be good, but I think the economic development, much more important. This is going to take 8 days until we get 2 of the spies into the same spot, then it'll take half the time, I think. Inactive harvester, we want to deploy them. Once we have the money, or... yeah, this does take 5, and that would put us in the negative. Eventually, when we have enough money, I'm going to want a second ornithopter, and then you can have that actually scout for your harvester to prevent, you know, getting eaten by a worm, for example. I've heard that that's, you know, a good thing to do, is to avoid getting eaten by a worm. So this has no upkeep, and it says it produces plus 4.8, which means that we have some bonus. Yeah, 20% bonus to their economic building research. Sounds pretty good. Does that mean additional spice? It might. I don't know. But we'll put this down, because I think it's basically just free money, right? If I understand it, at least, which I may not. Okay, construction possibilities. So we must have finished this one. Research in state stuff is going to go faster. We aren't even researching anything right now. So let's see what's a good thing to do next. Political agreement, unlocks embassy building. Minor houses deliver a house gift near Arrakis after every council. That's not bad. Let's see, sustainable spying though. So agents assigned will get 100% of whatever they're gonna produce. For us here, it's plus 1 authority, plus 1 intel. For Colmano, it's 10 Solari, plus 1 manpower, plus 1 intel on Spacing Guild. I guess it's plus 1 intel on all of them, but plus 1 influence if you really need the influence. But I think, again, against the smugglers, we probably don't need that resource as much. So, no, I forgot to pick one. Yeah, I'm not sold on any of these, frankly. So we'll probably just switch over. Despite the fact that I now have faster research in this category. Well, I guess yeah, the opportunity cost, right? Sure, I get faster research over here, but it'd be better to do something else. Well, we need military stuff eventually. Plus 5 command points, second gear. The armory is a whole new thing that I don't remember seeing last time. Let's do the plus 1 armor. That would be a good thing to have. So we'll go for that. In which case, kind of compels us to do the military recruitment stuff. So now we only have 2 level 2 slots. We have to choose, do we want 30 Solari production? Probably yes. Do we want plus 1 armor? Maybe not. In which case, we'll probably do this plus 2 influence production and plus 5 intel. I think that does make sense. And then we'll just get plus 2 power and the military development we're getting already. So this will be the economic one. Oh, got construction complete. That's just a little bit of extra money. And we'll get a ranged as well. Spend 100 plasticrete for getting another one. So we do have this nice benefit, the 20% economic bonus, so I'll probably focus mostly on economic things here. Although it doesn't look like there's anything which makes a whole lot... Whoa, wind strength of 6 means that we want to get filtration systems. We'll do that after we get the better economic research rate. Okay, now you guys got to come over here and we got to take this place. Now, is it the next one? Is it continuous? I think it is. They could be a threat until you befriend them. Well, we are befriending them. We almost have our second agent as well, which we could dump right into the siege. But it probably is better not to do that right away. Development here. We're on to army logistics. That makes sense. We'll just keep going then. So my typical mistake when I'm playing this game is not to expand fast enough. Oh, this is spice? Absolutely we want it.
Yes, sir.
So this is all one, right? I'm not crazy. Yeah, that is a really powerful one. It's got a siege. It's got lots of other stuff. All right, unassigned agent. What's your... This agent produces 20% of every field resource. Okay, so that's 20% additional manpower and intel, stuff like that. Well, that probably makes sense to take for Solari, because we are very low on that. Eventually we'll get the stock market. I mean, there's a lot of little cool mechanics in this game.
Let's go.
We're also running out of supply. I forgot about that. Well, not that quickly, but... Oh, yeah, actually I know what we want to do. We want to pick this one, which is the authority to cost to annex a village in a region with a revealed siege. Okay, let's do that one. In fact, I don't know if this works, but can I cancel this and just have the native customs go right away? Yes. We don't have any speed up for this category. In fact, I don't think it exists. I don't even know what that category is called.
Waiting command. We're moving.
We'll just hang out here for a little bit. We'll do the... Well, I guess we could do the fight now. What? That's the wrong spot.
Yes,
Whoops.
sir.
We're focused.
We can do the fight first, and then afterwards we can
Listening.
Keep moving.
just do the annexation only after we get that research. Okay, so...
Charge.
These are two ranged units. It's going to go very quickly. I'm not even going to bother doing one and then the other. Okay, what's next? We probably need to build more buildings. Oh yeah, we want wind. That's what I was going to do. So eventually we want... Which one is it? Filtration systems. Well, we're a long way off from that, honestly. And it looks like we are getting pretty good amount of spice stockpiled, so I want to actually go... The slider is up. The more purple is the more you're stockpiling, and then probably makes sense, right? Right now we're at 70% of the spice is being sold for money, and 30% is being stockpiled, and I think we'll be fine. Very easily achieve this in time. Alright, right now it is 66. We'll wait for this research to finish, and we should see it drop. What are we going to do next? I mean, we should at least get one tick of that, right? And yeah, we can do the next one of this, which is economy, just in time for our first one. What does this ongoing siege mean? Guess it just means that we can occupy it whenever I decide to click the button. So that's probably not worth it. 53 intel, I don't know. Maybe it is, but I think I'd prefer the money. Oh good, native customs. So now it is 46. Great. Do it. Oh, interesting. Reveal siege. Oh, we won't do that right away, but because I prefer the economy ones first. I think we... yeah, we have enough money. I'm going to grab another ornithopter. We have another agent as well. This one's giving us... Solari global production is increased by 0.5% per information level. Wow, awesome. Let's do this. And that gives us... Because that's 2 levels of information. Or maybe it's just total information. Agents give us 22. That's 10 plus 12, though. So that's just the 12 from the first person, 10 for the second one I put in there. We've got more 5,000 hegemony. We're really cruising along. So 10% additional Solari production while under the effect of positively targeted resolution. We aren't targeted by any resolutions yet because we haven't had a Landsred Council even. Although that is happening in 4 more days. Then we also have 10% military power when we're affected by a -1. Again, not being affected at all. But, you know, 1 day. Point of interest investigated. Good, good. So we can finally do this. Now, it's important, I think... Yeah, we'll wait for this research to be done because this will give us 4 days, I think. Yeah, advance a random accessible development by 4 days. Right now we want to finish this before because This one doesn't have 4 days of time left in it, so it'd be kind of wasting some of the research. Alright, so that one's fine. Village control, we got this, that's great. And we need to immediately put down the spice thing. Kind of interesting though, is this considered... Yeah, this is not considered, okay, good. I was trying to see if it was considered part of the concrete. It doesn't look like sand, you know? I guess it does. It's got that darker look to it, which is typically the, you know, lighter sand and darker rock. But nope, that's sand. Okay. Which makes sense. Now we own this siege. I mean, well, I guess we don't own it. We own the territory the siege is in. And siege has friendly relations with you and is ready to form an alliance. Hooray! Well, once we have another agent, we can do that. What was the one that I was thinking of just grabbing the money? The money. Money's over here. Let's go do that. Could also take this one. Development research. Great. Okay, so that one's done. Constructing multiple village buildings simultaneously. That sounds pretty good. Modular parts, +1. Oh, I want +1 crew. And then I can start queuing up. I think we can queue up 4. Let's get army logistics going again. Minus 30% non-mechanical units regeneration costs. Just shift, well, I guess just left-click it to queue. So 1, 2. This one, then 1, 2. Probably something over here. Oh yeah, knowledge per research. Per village. That's good. Let's do that. And we gotta keep building buildings. And also militia, which is hurting the old manpower, but it's the way it is. Inactive. Okay, let's get you to deploy. And we're going to want another one of these as well. So you are not doing anything. Let's have you watch that one. And then this, we'll get one more. And then that one will watch the other one over here. And these guys can actually get one more additional crew if we have 40. We do. This one's going to give us a better bonus because it has the plus 20% to the area. So we'll activate the crew there. Ornithopters will scout, which is great. And this is going to give us a Fremen mercenary if we do it. I usually don't care as much about those. I mean, it's not going to be the higher priority. Now that our economic bonus thing has been done, we can reveal that, and urban planning has been completed. Great. So we didn't even have that in the research queue. We got it for free. That's why I like those things. We can do this one next. This will give us some military. 8 days remaining. I probably should have done this one first, just because I like to work closer to the enemy stuff first, and then closer to us last. We should have a benefit that way. Let's see, what do we got here? +3 Solari production per military building. That kind of offsets the cost of the military upkeep itself. Wow, no, upkeep of 20, I take it back. Alright, anyway, we have our first Lanzarad Council. Voting will end in 6 days. Yeah, the smugglers have almost nothing, but I guess they do have influence, and we're completely maxed on influence. So that goes up. At the start, it's high, but after this, it's not going to be. Okay, elective action gets minus 50% building construction and building costs. That sounds really good. Statecraft development's completion sped. Okay, that also sounds really good. Actually, this is for all factions, so all I want to do is just put 10 into that. All factions suffer military developments. I want to decline that with 10%. All we're trying to do is offset the random voting of the minor houses. They will support or decline. I don't know how they choose to do it. I'm guessing it's just a random number. You know, they randomly decide, probably a normal distribution from 0, and then, you know, sometimes they'll support a little bit, maybe decline a little bit, and very, very rarely they might throw a lot of votes towards one or the other. That's my guess. But having the one that I actually control versus the smugglers, that to me is a high priority. And the most that they can actually pledge for this is 200, so I will just put in 210. We know for sure that we're going to get this. Probably that's even too much. I'll put 200. I don't expect that they'll put all of it in. And that's going to drop our influence quite significantly. But what else are we using for? I don't really know how to deal with it probably the right way. Okay, we do have 2 people who can shoot up, and we're going to have both of them go over here and clobber this guy. Get out of here, you ding-dong. The heavy weapons guy, I think he does a lot of damage. Oh yeah, we're doing a good amount. Okay, so you are not doing anything. Let's get you over here to guard my other one. We have barely enough, but we have enough to get another crew, plus that research. So we're not stockpiling very much right now, but I'm just guessing, hoping that this is going to be... Well, I'm not hoping, because we'd like a higher price, but I'm guessing that the price might go down. And then, you know, it might not. So we'll just even out at 50. We obviously have much more stockpile than we need. So we'll see what the next one holds for us. Yeah, this one I'm going to send a military unit to just grab that. So anybody, just go up there and grab that.
Yes, sir.
We'll get a notification when the worms appear, but maybe because it's on easy or... No, it's on normal, I thought, for some of the stuff. Okay. Well, time is up in this episode, so we'll call this one to a close here. Because it is the first episode in the series, if you wouldn't mind pressing the like button and giving it the thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate that. A little bit of better visibility on YouTube. Otherwise, we'll continue this one in the next one, which should be out shortly. Until then, thanks for watching, and take care.